Salut et bienvenue. This is your French instructor Jyotika, and in this video I'll explain you Trouvez la question. Frame the question. There are some list of interrogative words. How, which is pronounced as comment, why, pourquoi, when, quand, till when, jusqu'à quand, since when, depuis quand, where, où, from where, d'où, how many, combien de, at what time, à quelle heure, to whom, à qui. Who is this? Qui est? What is this? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Of what? En quoi? With whom? Avec qui? For whom? Pour qui? About what? De quoi? Quel, quel, which? Qui, which means who. Some basic rules are, if the answer is il fait beau, which means the weather is beautiful, you will frame the question as quel temps fait-il? Second, qu'est-ce que c'est, which means what is this? This is used for non-living things. If the answer is c'est une gomme or ce sont des gommes, so whether the answer is in singular form or plural form, you will frame the question as qu'est-ce que c'est. Third, qui est, which means who is this, which is used for living things or living beings. If the answer is ce sont mes amis, which means these are my friends, so you will frame the question as qui est. Fourth is pourquoi, which means why. It is used to ask for a reason. Whenever we have parce que, which means because, in the answer, we will use pourquoi to frame a question. So, if the answer is elle va chez le médecin parce qu'elle a de la fièvre, which means she goes to the doctor because she has some fever. So, we will frame the question as pourquoi elle va chez le médecin, why she goes to the doctor. Fifth is combien de, which means how many. We will always use combien de plus noun. Like, il y a 20 chocolats dans le sac, which means there are 20 chocolates in the bag. So, we'll frame the question as combien de chocolat y a-t-il dans le sac? Or you can frame as il y a combien de chocolat dans le sac? There are how many chocolates in the bag? Sixth, if the answer is ma mère est institutrice, which means my mother is a teacher, you will frame the question as quelle est la profession de ta mère, which means what is the profession of your mother. Seventh, if the answer is je suis indien, which means I am Indian, you will frame the question as quelle est ta nationalité, which means what is your nationality. Où, which means where, which is used to tell about places. If the answer is elle va à la gare, which means she goes to the station, then the question will be où va-t-elle? Ninth, d'où, which means from where. If the answer is ils reviennent de Londres, which means they return from London, then the question will be d'où ils reviennent. 10th is qui, which means who. L'instituteur t'a donné le livre, which means the institutor gave you the book. Question will be qui t'a donné le livre, which means who gave you the book. À qui, to whom. Il parle à son frère, which means he speaks to his brother. À qui parle-t-il? To whom does he speak? Comment, how. Ma cousin est très sympa. My cousin is very sympathetic. Question will be comment est ta cousin? How is my cousin? 13th, à quelle heure, which means at what time, to basically tell about the specific point of time. Je viens à 10 heures, which means I come at 10 o'clock. Question will be À quelle heure viens-tu? At what time did you come? 14th. Mon stylo est bleu, which means my pen is blue. Question. De quelle couleur est ton stylo? Which means what color is your pen? 15th. Whenever any fabric is used, we will frame the question with en quoi. La robe est en coton. The dress is in cotton. En quoi la robe est-elle? What is the dress made of? 16th. If the answer begins with C, then the question will be negative. Example. Si je veux aller au cinéma. Yes, I want to go to cinema. Question. Tu ne veux pas aller au cinéma? Don't you want to go to cinema? En français, si est utilisé pour répondre oui à une question négative, which means in French, si is utilized for responding to yes to a negative question. 17th. If the answer is begins with no, then the question will be positive. Example. No, je ne joue pas au football. No, I don't play football. Question. Est-ce que tu joues au football? Do you play football? 18th. If the answer begins with oui, then the question will be positive. Example. Oui, j'aime le chocolat. Yes, I like chocolate. Then the question will be, est-ce que tu aimes le chocolat? Which means, do you like chocolate?